Hello, everyone. My name is Kevin James Bond. It's time for your real estate for the day. Today, we're going to talk about the strength of the economy in the year 2020 and how economists have changed their minds a little bit on the idea of a recession. So, currently, we're in the longest economic recovery in U.S. history, which has caused some experts to project when the next recession or economic slowdown might be. Now, 2 years ago, 67% of the economists surveyed by the Wall Street Journal for the Economic Forecasting Survey predicted that we would have a recession no later than the end of this year, 2020. That same study done just 3 months ago showed more than one third of the economists still saw an economic slowdown right around the corner. This obviously caused some concern for a lot of consumers, which is evidenced by a recent survey done by Realtor.com, which shows that 53% of home purchasers, which includes both first and repeat buyers currently who are in the market, still believe a recession will occur by the end of the year. Now, in an article earlier this month, the Wall Street Journal revealed that only 14.3% of those same economists, remember the 67% that originally said that there would be a recession by the end of 2020, only 14.3% of them still believe that we're in danger of a recession by the end of the year. Compare that to when they were polled back again in October of 2019, where 34.2% of economists said that they felt there would be a recession by the end of 2020. That number has gone down, down, down as we get, we're starting 2020, but we're getting to that point. The Wall Street Journal strongly stated, and I quote, "The U.S. expansion, now in its 11th year, will continue through the 2020 presidential election with a healthy labor market backing it up," economists say. This optimism that regarded the economy was repeated by a few others as well, CNBC quoting Goldman Sachs economists. Just months after almost everyone on Wall Street worried that a recession was just around the corner, Goldman Sachs said a turndown is unlikely over the next several years. In fact, the firm's economists stopped just short of saying that the U.S. economy is recession-proof. Barron's said, "When Barron's gathers some of Wall Street's best minds, as we do every January for our annual roundtable, we expect some consensus, some disagreement. But the 10 veteran investors and economists who convened in New York on January 6th at the Barron's offices agree that there's almost no chance of a recession this year." The Washington Post had this to say: "The U.S. economy is heading into 2020 at a pace of steady, sustained growth after a series of interest rate cuts and the apparent resolution of two trade-related threats mostly eliminated the risk of recession." And finally, Robert A. Dye, who is the chief economist at Comerica Bank, said, "I expect that the U.S. economy will avoid a recession in 2020. So what that means, as a bottom line, is that according to most of the economic experts, there very likely will not be a recession this year, which is good news whether you're looking to buy or sell a home. Now, we'll see as the year goes on if that opinion may change. Who knows? Something in the news could happen, some trade deals in the future. Anything's up for grabs, obviously, nothing is set in stone. But for the time being, most of the economists that came and said, hey, we're worried about the possible recession at the end of 2020, and which, as I recall, there were a lot of economists who were saying the same thing about 2019, that there was going to be a recession, there was going to be a recession. I had a couple of buyers who said the same thing. Hey, I'm going to just wait it out, through 2019 and see how it goes, and so here we are, and nothing's happened. So, and now we have 2020, and so at that point you can say, okay, well, a recession may still be around the corner, and according to what we saw earlier, a good chunk of buyers, a majority, still feel the recession is around the corner. Not to say that the majority is correct, but to say that a lot of potential home buyers feel that that still may be the case. Even with the majority of the economists saying that, okay, it's probably not going to happen now. We felt it was going to happen. It's not going to happen. So, but that's where we're at now, and I don't really have an opinion of my own to add to this. I think it's pretty clear cut as far as um, what the economists, is that economist or economist? I'm not really sure. I'm going to call it economist. As far as what they have to say, um, it seems that we're not going to be heading that way. And again, that may change, but for now, we seem to be okay. And I mean, we're in Colorado Springs. Colorado Springs and Denver are definitely booming as far as interest in people wanting to move here. I don't see that changing anytime in the foreseeable future. So even if we do hit a recession, I don't think it's going to hit Colorado Springs quite as heavily as it would anywhere else. I mean, we obviously saw the same thing happening back in 2008, um, but I don't see that happening here. Again, it doesn't look like there's going to be any recession happening, and even if something did happen, it's very likely not going to be affecting Colorado in the same way that it would affect another state. So anyway, that's all I have for you. I hope this was helpful, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.